Chapter 1 The Iron Legacy. Cale Ferris was born into the heart of Ethel's power. From an early age, he was trained not in political subtleties, but in the unwavering resolve demanded by House Ferris. The family motto, "Create the future, don't critique the past," was etched into every study hall. His childhood was a harsh regime of physical and academic drills, preparing him for the command or elevated willpower ability everyone expected him to manifest at 18. Cale's instructors, many with augmented strength or a compelling voice ability, focused his training on one particular area, perceiving weakness. They believed that by honing his mind to identify the enemy's flaws in combat and the moral failings of allies, he would catalyze a superior leadership or warfare skill. Cale was exceptional. He could disarm an instructor in simulated combat just by finding the micro-hesitation in their guard. In contrast to his future rejection, Cale's youth was filled with admiration. He was the favored heir, a military prodigy. His father, a man of immense willpower, saw in him the future of Ethel. Cale grew up alongside other nobles whose abilities were visibly useful: the controlled fire of a neighboring duke, or the vegetal abundance of a baroness. He absorbed their culture, learning, like them, to despise abilities outside the trinity of utility. 16 was spent in mounting anticipation, 17, in palpable tension. His 18th birthday would be a spectacle of pride. In Ethel, the manifestation of an ability was a divine confirmation of an individual's worth. The ceremony was held in the Great Hall, attended by the king and the heads of the most important houses. Cale stood center stage, wearing the ceremonial Ferris armor. The moment arrived at noon. The air in the room seemed to thicken with ambient magic. Cale felt a surge of energy rise up his spine, intense and cold. He expected a feeling of power, but what he received was a vision. His eyes didn't change color, but the world around him disassembled. His father's armor, a family relic, was no longer just metal. It was a network of welded joints and stress points. The very stone of the wall behind the king's throne was visible as a tangle of micro-fissures and structural tensions. He saw the engineering blueprint of everything, from the smallest jewel to the largest pillar. The ability, structural side, was complete. The silence in the great hall was more deafening than any war cry. His father, Patriarch Ferris, examined Cale, expecting the aura of command. There was no aura, only Cale staring at the floor, as if analyzing the tiles. Someone in the crowd whispered, loud enough for all to hear, "He only sees the flaw. He is not a creator." The denial was instant and absolute. To House Ferris, power was visible. Structural sight was a craftsman's talent, not a general's. Cale had manifested the skill of an inspector, not a leader. His father delivered the verdict in a cold, cutting voice. House Ferris has no place for a parasite. Cale's destiny shifted in less than a minute, from heir of Ethel to utter disgrace. The dishonor was public and swift. He was given a small pouch with minimal provisions and a map to the unexplored frontier. His armor was stripped, and his name erased from the registers. He was ordered toward the only area where his ability wouldn't matter: the mountainous, barren ash gorge, with the silent hope that the mountain would crush him. Cale left Ethel at sunrise, a disinherited man. The imposing mountain range in the distance was the final proof that his place was where no willpower or fire could dominate, a place where only perfect structure and the rejection of all Ethel's rules could ensure survival. He walked toward his destiny, in the ash gorge, to build Archon.